Ni hao, I am Marc from Tenerife, Spain, and I want to thank you GoFar Group for the invitation. And today I will introduce the trends in the antibiotic treatments in Europe. Okay, first of all, let me introduce a little bit about the evolution of the regulation in veterinary in Europe. So in 1990, they start banning the nitrofuran and the chloramphenicol. After, in the 1998, Europe banned the antibiotics as growth promoters and the carbadox and olakindox. Later in 2001 was the time for the methylchlorpidone, amprolium, dimetridazole and nicarbazine. They banned as feed additives. Okay? In the case of amprolium, for example, you can continue using as a medicine, but not as a feed additive. And finally, in 2018, till now, we are in this new regulation for veterinary products that change a lot the sector and the way to treat and use the antibiotics. So now we'll focus in this regulation. Well, first of all, this new regulation is very big. It's very big, but we focus in the most important points. Okay. Then we have for example, the Article 106 that says that veterinary medicinal products shall be used in accordance with the terms of the marketing authorization. That this is logic, that the products has to be used in terms of the marketing authorization, but it means something like this first point, target species. Target species, we can find in Europe products registered for swine, sows, growing pigs, or piglets. Then what happens? That if your product is registered for sows, you cannot use your products for treat growing pigs. Okay? Then, for example, you have an antibiotic that is registered for sows, and the same antibiotic registered for growing pigs. Then the farmer, the veterinary, can use only the ones for growing pigs, not the ones for sows. Even if it's the same species, it doesn't matter. So things like this. Also, the indications for use. The indications for use, when you make the prescription, you have to put the indication. So the veterinary has to write the indication in the prescription. So I treat actinobacillus for growing pigs. Then, in this case, if your product, every product has the indications. So your product, if in your product appear actinobacillus, you can use your product for actinobacillus to make a prescription. But in the case that your product is not authorized for actinobacillus, don't appear the indication, you cannot use. Okay? Then the dose. Sometimes we find in the market the same molecule, the same antibiotic with different dose for some reasons. So you have to follow the doses that your product indicate in the label, in the leaflet. So you cannot use the dose of another product. Even if it's equal molecule, it doesn't matter. Same with the withdrawal period. If your product, you can find products that have different withdrawal period, even it's the same molecule, then you have always to follow your withdrawal period, not the withdrawal period that could have a product, another product. Even it's the same molecule, the same concentration. And in the prescription should appear the information and the quantity of medicines you need for the treatment. So when the veterinarian make a prescription for a farm, they calculate how many days is the treatment, 5 days, because maybe appear in the leaflet, so 5 days, the number of animals, and based on this, calculate how many kilos or bottles you need for the treatment. So you make a prescription with the exact quantity that the veterinarian is prescribing to the farmer, and the farmer will buy this exact quantity, cannot buy more or less, not the exact quantity. Then the next article is the Article 107. The Article 107 is talking about that veterinary medicinal products shall not be used for prophylaxis or metaphylaxis. Prophylaxis and metaphylaxis are not allowed, except in very specific cases and very restricted conditions. Okay, so always when you have a problem, there's a clinical diagnosis and then the treatment, individual treatment. For treatments of group of animals, there are a lot of restrictions.